Did you get the thingy? Dang. I don't want to boot past the start screen until you can see it, because I want you to see it. I've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers lately. I mean, to be fair, that was like the whole when they said, I mean, no, they announced Smash before they announced that they were going to be re-releasing Mario Kart on the Switch. I basically got the Switch because they announced the new Smash game, and I was like, well, fair. Mm. Mm. I did as well. I'm glad that we came to that consensus together separately. Well, yeah, and the whole thing that I love about yeah, huzzah! All you need to do is to give yourself an opportunity to be incorrect. Uh, yeah, I went out of my way to get the Splatoon 2 version of the Switch that came with the pink and green Joy-Cons. Yeah, like the whole thing about the Switch, the whole thing I love about the Joy-Cons is that they come in color pairs. Like every time I've needed new Joy-Cons, I have went out of my way to get a new color pairing I haven't had yet. Which just means that I have a whole rainbow of Joy-Con drift, but I mean, full spectrum drifting.
Slept like a rock.
What I will say about gray controllers is that I like how, what? Neat. I wasn't expecting a pop-up when I booted, I'm not gonna lie. Space Beach Party. Got a schweed for your head. Very nice. What the pool floaty bunks? I love that! I'm gonna be able to kill those guys. They're gonna be in the game. Okay, so welcome to the space station. Um, this is where the game take place. So I'm gonna go over to the window and show you the space. Look at all of the space. There's so much space. Um, so I explained to you the basic general concept of this game before, and it's like four dwarves get launched onto the planet to go and find different ores in different locations of the planet. Yeah, there's different areas. I guess certain zones are unavailable during certain mission rotations, which I didn't really think about before. But there's four different types of characters, and they all have different abilities and strengths and weaknesses. I usually play the engineer.
All in a
You can
day's
build,
work.
yes, you can build a turret. I am a little bit sad that I can't build dispensers to help my teammates, but there's tons of customization options. There's lots of different like there's a couple different game modes. You can play it solo, or you can play it with friends, or you can find random groups online. There's tons of upgrades and different stuff that you can equip your guys with, and all of the guys have different weapons and different utility tools. Grappling hooks and flare guns and zipline launchers and shield generators and all this different types of stuff. Yes, you can make them all the same color, but I keep them different colors based on class. You can see the little icon up here shows you that each class's color. Gunner is green, Scout is blue, the Driller is yellow, and the Engineer is red. Here's the real question. Do you want me to group with randoms online, or do you want me to try a solo mission? Okay! Yes, word of note, there's also very janky physics in this video game. If you can find, like, here's one of the funnest things in the lobby in particular. These barrels are really wacky with the way that they interact as objects, so you can, like, jump on them and get weird shit to happen. I want to get, like, a super jump with one, but oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get to work. Other times it doesn't.
Please just let the barrels be. As fun times go, there are better options available.
I don't know. I honestly think that when the game was still in beta, that was like an issue, like a bug they were trying to fix. And then they realized how fun it was to just like jump on the barrels and try and catapult yourself into the sky, and we're like, no, you know what? We're keeping it. Yes, it's not like it's, you know, it's not like it's damaging the actual gameplay. It's just silly and stupid. Why would we want to get rid of that? Oh, I can pick up beach ball. I have beach ball. I'm going to put the beach ball in the drop pod when I go. And I will bring it with me. It is my friend. Stay here. No, ow! Where are you going? Stop it! You're bouncing around so violently! I want to call it Eustace. Like the guy from Courage the Cowardly Dog. You want to name our baby after the guy from Courage the Cowardly Dog? I'm sorry. One of these things I am particularly more aware of. You can get.
If I had a credit for every rock and stone.
You can get. You can
Fun
go to
times.
a bar, hang out with the bartender. This fellow's name is Lloyd. He is great at it. You know what? Especially like when you have 4 people in the lobby or multiple people in the lobby, he makes more than one beer at once so that the whole party can have a beer. But we also have a tradition that before
Round
every
of
drop we
Oilio's,
have one
please.
beer. Everyone in the lobby has one beer together. If you have too many, your character can get drunk, and then you can go down onto the planet drunk with like double vision, and it's kind of painful, but it's funny that you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes. To be drunk on the job.
That sucks.
There's also a jukebox and different dance animations.
That's sweet.
Is that what he did? I always
Now
thought
that
he was
is
just kind
real
of a dude.
music.
Orders from management. Stop
It's
dancing
funny how
and
he was
get
the most
to it.
important dwarf, and I also thought that he was the dwarf that had like the least personality out of all of them. Oh god, maybe I'm just, I'm just self-reflecting. I'm objecting to his
Just what the
behavior because it is
doctor
also my behavior. Uh-oh. Shiny. Give me back my shit. You fucking dragon. I have to play this guy. I have a very funny add-on for my grenade launcher that turns the grenades into like a rocket jumper bouncy grenades. So I just shoot them at my feet and go flying in the cave. And like honestly, that's all I need in life. So did you say you wanted me to do a solo mission? Yes. Well, I don't have any friend compatriots I could play with as of current, but yes, bubbies. Shoot files, perseverance. I mean, you can put on assignments that allow you to like unlock different weapons by clearing a couple missions in a row, or give yourself like new cosmetics or whatever. This one, new hazard level lethal, unlocks a higher difficulty level for you. And like, I don't need to do that right now. None of these are really for NG though. And even if they were, they don't tell you which character they're for, so I wouldn't know. Whatever, I don't need to do an assignment right now. I'll just go pick a mission I want to do. Let's just do a Diggy mission to start. Keep it simple, stupid. Fragile honor. Also, the mission names are procedurally generated as well. So, as well as the caves. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the caves are like generated by computer. Now, because I have a mission where I want to go collect Morkite, I want to get the Dark Morkite beer because it gives me more of that mineral when I mine it.
Dark Morkite for everyone.
And there's always the today's special beer. Yes, those little thingies, the currency that you expend to buy the today's special beer are called barley bulbs, and you find them down in the planet. And all of the special beers give you like a buff that gives you like more gold or more morkite, or like you take less fall damage, or you dig through regular dirt easier.
Much better.
Just different stuff like that. Okay, alright, take them with me. Hop. Nope. And I will now show you what it is like. Huzzah! What I can tell you is that we have in our little friend group, like we've already basically decided upon our self-assigned roles. Like we can play any character class anytime. It's not that important to have one of everyone, but I usually play NG, Shannon usually plays Gunner, and Nevin usually plays Driller. Yes, this is one of the games that we play together most often. Like I said, when they're like, oh, I'm playing Elden Ring or Monster Hunter, and I don't necessarily want to do that, but we still want to play together, this is usually the game that we fall back on, that we all don't mind playing at any given time.
Morkite and gold further down. Bring it back, boys.
I have not heard from Nevin, I have not talked to Nevin. I am waiting for Shannon to have this conversation with Boy. Same here.
a pickaxe!
It's still just him overreacting. I mean... But I want to be inconsiderate. It's my whole character trait. Sir. Okay. So you'll see in the top right, like, all of the different objectives I have, and you can see at the bottom the different ore I'm carrying. And you go to this little buddy, this is the mule, we call her Molly, and you dump all of your ores into her, and she holds them for you, and she comes with you. Yes, a very sweet mule.
Yeah!
There are loot bugs, and they're cute, and it's sad to murder them, but also that's what they get for eating precious minerals.
Nope, the players are recharging!
Honestly, if you tried eating precious minerals, loot bugs can presumably digest them. You probably wouldn't need to be murdered because you'd probably be dead. I know that they looked tasty.
Bam!
Trust me, I know they look tasty. Yes. So, like, yeah. The main important ores are gold and nitra. Gold just gives you money, but nitra gives you, like, it's like imagine it like an ammo resource. Because once you have deposited 80 nitra, you gain the ability to call down a supply drop, which gives you 4, like, ammo refill uses. And each supply drop, like, ammo rack only refills half of your ammo in all of your weapons. So when you're playing in a full party, you kind of have to ration ammo a little bit more. But when you have even, like, 3 people, there's always one person that's able to fully restock every time you use a resupply, so you can be a little bit more free and easy with what you decide to shoot at. No, it is strictly PvE. It is a team of 4 dwarves against hordes of alien bugs that will swarm you as you're trying to collect supplies and move through the mission. Awesome. Yes, that really is most of what you need to understand. The rest of it is just shoot at shit, collect the crunchy rocks, profit. Disguise friend. When you're playing solo missions, you have friend. This is Bosco. He's just an old guy. He has 3. It says so on his butt. Okay. If you press the touchpad, it'll show you a terrain scanner so you can see stuff through walls. And I know that there's... When you see compacted dirt like this, you know that there's going to be a tunnel on the other side. You just want to take a peek to make sure you're digging in the right direction first. Like I'm not. Anyways.
Pow!
This game is very fun, and it scratches all the parts of my brain. Because it's... Ooh, bad guy. Yup.
Sentry gun needs assembly!
It's, collect shiny rocks and run around and dig
Rock
stuff and
and
get
roll!
distracted. And then it's blow up enemies. And it's so it's like you work against computer enemies rather than playing against real people. These are all things that I like in a Vimeo game. One of the reasons I liked Team Fortress 2 so much was because I got into it right as they were adding the big PvE update that put in like a whole different game mode. I don't know how much about Team Fortress you know
Sorry,
or
little
even
bug.
care about.
Your own fault for being full of goodies.
Oh yeah. Yes, of course. How couldn't you know about heavy
Deposit
the
time!
Ooh.
I got it! Booyah!
Putis.
My bag is full. Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Just going somewhere with that. Oh yeah, do you know anything about the Man vs. Machine update or any of the like that game mode at all?
Bag's full. Can't carry anymore. Maybe we're not gonna die
That's
after
fair.
all.
Yeah, it was a big thing for me for a long time because I liked playing that game, but I'm not very good at PvP shooters because everyone else that plays against me in a PvP shooter is like 10 times better than me. So, when they were like, hey,
Skull Crusher! I'm full. Where's Smalley?
we're gonna need to work on that.
Molly, over here!
It is okay. It is an admirable character flaw. Because you just won't be good. I get that.
Time to pay Molly a visit.
That was, as soon as you said the best, that was immediately what popped into my head. And then you completed the joke. Very well done. Truly. Yeah, they added a mode in where it's like, cool, new maps, new cosmetics, and the whole point of the... Okay, there's a new horde coming.
Lots of them.
To get to an open area quickly so I can defend. But, yeah, like, it was just a whole PvE game mode update where, like, there's hordes of robots, and you and 5 other teammates need to build a team and buy upgrades and collect money so that you can fight the hordes of robots. And it was fucking blast. It was probably some of the most fun I've had playing video games.
Have to wait for flare recharge.
I was gonna say, it's what they're for.
Reloading!
Yeah, and then they started making Dark Souls. I have to be honest, I never thought that I would find a video game that made The Binding of Isaac seem like a fun, relaxing time. And then Shannon got me to play Dark Souls, and I was like, I get it now.
You're almost through the wave, team. Go, go!
Oh man. I like spent a lot of time getting good at that game, and I would still die all the time to just bullshit. That game has a real bad habit of literally just like putting you into positions that there is no correct play. You just take damage / die, and that's the only option you have. And, you know, I get it. But also, fuck
I'm
you,
glad we have
Edmund.
someone to carry our rocks and stones.
Fuck you, man.
Be gone!
Trying to bait her. You just couldn't bait her. Hey, bait her. That has become my experience with Overwatch in particular. That's why I'm so desperate for them to bring back 6v6. Because, like, the game doesn't work when it's not in that format, but they've committed so hard that I think that they're going to be, like, deeply embarrassed when they bring it back and realize that it is a vastly superior game mode. It was what the game was originally balanced around. I mean, it's what the game is designed to be played like. But they just went, nah.
Down the hatch.
Well, when
Objective completed.
they made the new game, it was like the new things that they brought in was they got rid of the free loot box system that allowed you to gain things just by playing the video games in lieu of putting in an item shop where you have to basically sink like fucking 8 hours in order to get enough credits to buy like a basic skin or give us like a retarded amount of money per skin. Like like a single like good looking skin is like fucking $18 for one skin.
Watch and learn.
Because Blizzard are greedy bastards. There's literally no other possible reasoning. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Like, that just genuinely pisses me off. Not even, like, funny haha anger. Like, genuinely pisses me off anytime I think about it. And, they were going to bring in a new, like, big PvE campaign update. I can't talk to you due to network error. Oh. Dig. I'm gonna wait to continue that. Oh, wait, I can hear you again. Were you... Stop it. Yes, I'm Sony. I'm not Blizzard. Stop talking about that girl. But yeah, the other thing was they were talking about the biggest sale point from the start was like a vastly expanded PvE game mode, story mode, where you could upgrade heroes' abilities and like you'd be able to replay missions multiple times with your friends, and it sounded like it was awesome. And then they did like one release of it that was 3 maps, no upgrades. It was mid at best. Like the other like PvE missions that they had put in for like event updates in the original run of the game were more fun and more replayable than the 3 PvE game mode maps they introduced and charged like $30 for. And then they were like, sorry guys, that's it. We're not doing any more of the PvE stuff. We just want to focus on the PvP now. And the other major change that they made for Overwatch 2 was changing the main game mode from 66 to 5v5. So it's literally the only thing they're clinging on to that shows at all that like the change from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 was necessary at all, besides employing a more predatory monetization scheme. So like there's definitely a big part of their pride that's like, no, we didn't just make Overwatch 2 to be a cash grab. And it's like, they just made Overwatch 2 to be a cash grab. Like, they really did. 5v5 is worse. The PvE fell through. They somehow took a video game, made it free to play, and... But there's the kicker. It's not a second Overwatch, because they got rid of Overwatch 1. Like... they literally just took it, made everything about it worse, and then said, and you're going to pay us more money. I was okay with the way that the game was schemed before, because you paid the, you paid the entry price $55, $60, and you would get cosmetics for free just for playing it, and everything else, all the updates, all the heroes would be free, and would continue to be free. And then... like, Blizzard just, like, shit their pants and went, we're not being greedy corporation enough. So they decided to make everything about the game objectively worse, to alienate the fan base. But also they made it free to play, so all of the little kiddies that aren't allowed to use, like, all the little Timmies that aren't allowed to use mommy's credit card to buy a video game are going to buy it, and buy the cosmetics. And they're not going to care that the game's shit, because they're not going to know that the game was ever better than shit.
Swarm detected. Light him up, miners.
One sentry gun ready to be built.
I don't like
One
being
sentry gun
angry, I
ready to be
promise.
built.
It just happens a lot because people in the world are stupid and don't know how to not make me angry.
Swarm, they're here.
Particularly video game developers don't know how to not be stupid and make me angry for some reason.
Reloading. I killed the loot bug, and I'm not so proud of gotta wait for the recharge.
So, yeah, it makes me sad because I really want, like, I really genuinely do hope that they're going to go through with these changes and bring back fucking 6v6 because that's the hope that this video game has right now, that it will last, is that they go back to the game mode that the game was designed to run in. And I absolutely am going to let you know when that, that side game mode goes live for the week it goes live, so that we can, or at least me, you don't feel required to play it. If you want, you could totally just fucking, we could do this, and you could just watch me play it with Shannon. But like, I'm going to be, for that week specifically, logging as many hours as humanly possible to show Blizzard, please God, please, just bring back the game mode that actually works. Because 5v5 is pain. And it doesn't matter, you've been trying to rebalance 5v5 to not be painful to play for the past 2.5 years, and it has only gotten progressively worse. Like, if you haven't caught on by now that it's not gonna work, like, I think them seeing the amount of, like, the influx of players that are going to come back to play 6v6 is going to show them, like, okay, if we want any chance of this game surviving for the next 1.5 years, like, we need to go back to this.
Terrain
okay.
scanner just
I
got
might...
updated with a new location.
Why? Why did I find? Where was I? Oh, just, like, I might, end up surrendering Lucio to you throughout that.
Pow!
Oh, it's not a bug pool floaty. It's a pool floaty that's a bug. I get it. Okay, I'm kind of... Okay, reload the grenade launcher. Goodbye. Jeez. He's just a little guy. I like how... I like to think that it's adding something to my commentary, that you're not watching it live, so you have to, like... You're seeing what I'm reacting to after the fact. If you were to take a guess, how much delay do you think there is? I'm gonna... Hold on. Okay, I'm going to... Okay, Molly, sit your ass.
Molly is on the way.
I'm going to shoot Molly 3 times in sync with my, with audio on my side so that you can see how much latency there is, okay? So, 1, 2, 3. Now tell me how long it takes for that to happen for you. Okay, so that's a little bit of a delay. It's all good. It's all good. This is like a game, like, you spend so much money in the pursuit of being a good friend. Like, I want to buy you this game so that we can all play it together. Can I do that for you, please? But so can I, though. I feel so bad. I want to be able to give you more.
I'm totally loaded.
Same to you. Don't you dare say that to me and not think that I feel the
That's
same
it.
way.
Bag's full.
That's fair. Just like, don't get like any of the
I need
deluxe
to deposit
editions.
in the mule.
Okay, like just get the
I need a
standard
damn
base game
minecart
because
on
the
legs.
game gives
Where
you
is it?
enough cosmetics just for playing it. You don't really need the special shiny, I don't think. I mean, do it if you want. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but like, just know, like, for sure you don't have to. It doesn't give you any gameplay advantages. It doesn't unlock anything for you early. It's just extra shiny bits that you can put on your dwarves.
That guy in mission control. He really has a cozy job.
Yes. Well, we could definitely pretend that we're eating the crystals. I cannot stress this enough. Please do not eat real crystals.
I should call for the mule.
Well, sure, so have I. That doesn't mean that it
I need
continues
the
being
mule
a good
right
idea.
here, right now.
Fella. Oh, he wiggles. He wiggles in my arms. The little guy.
Oh.
I was gonna say something, but then I got
Each
distracted by
soil
this little
liberated.
lady.
You make your ancestors proud, miners. Performance point bonus activated.
Okay, I have all of the stuff I need to exit the level, but I want to try and collect as much of the Morkite as I
Flares.
can.
Recharging.
There aren't many things in this game where, like, the one thing in this game where it will actually reward you for continuing to get more of, like, an objective item past the point that you need it is Morkite, and it gives you more experience points when you finish the mission. So, like, it's actually worth collecting extra, as long as you're not, like, absolutely being mauled, running out of ammo, need to leave the cave immediately. Because that happens too. Both things
Access
happen.
provided.
I got my... Okay. I got my fat dwarf ass stuck in that platform, and it left a perfectly SpongeBob square-shaped hole. It's perfect. I could form a
Time to
fucking
deposit.
jello mold in that.
Ah!
Please fall down. Please fall
I
down.
can't carry anymore.
Oh.
Go!
Buff
Get to
them.
work!
That's something I haven't done. I can, if you hold down L1, you'll pull out like a pinger, and that's not a euphemism. Like, you pull out like a ping tool, I should say, and then if you press R1, you can ping stuff on the walls for like teammates. But when you're playing solo, you're pinging Bosco where to dig.
Bug Trap 2.0. Lift with your legs.
Yeah. No, usually my brain is the first brain in the room to go there.
Like that.
So this is functionally the last part of the mission. I've collected all of my objectives, so Molly gets a big red button, and you press it and it calls for the drop pod, and it immediately initiates an escape sequence. Bugs are going to start spawning. It's going to show me where the drop pod spawns so that I can run to it. You can see it on your screen as like a HUD indicator, but if you check your scanner, you can also get a general idea of where it is on the map. And most of the time, the game tries to put it in the furthest chamber from where you are, or like back to the chamber you started in, so that you have to run all the way back up through the tunnel.
For the first round.
So now I'm just doing the big runny. This is sort of the part that sucks in solo, because you only get so many flares, and flares take time to recharge. So I just get to be blind for a little while I'm running through here. it helps to turn my headlamp back on.
Let's get out of this hellhole.
There is actually a tactical reason to turn it off, but not right now.
Hate to wait for flare charger.
No, you can't hide from them, but sometimes you'll find special, like, large ores in walls that when you dig through, it'll give you, like, a big pearl, or a big crystal, or a big compressed piece of gold, and you can find them easier through the wall by turning your headlamp off, because they give off a faint glow through the wall. Also important to note, there's these green signposts that have like fast forward symbols on them. Molly takes the most direct route back to the drop pod, so if you're lost in the cave, you just look for the green signposts and then follow them back. This thing here, this is an example of what I was talking about. This has an Enor pearl in it, so when I turn my headlamp off, it shows me where the glow is coming from, so I can dig it out quicker and easier. Of course, now I'm slowed down a little because I'm carrying back a big old pearl, but that's fine. I have 3 whole minutes and I'm 20 meters from the thing. I think I'll be okay.
The mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence.
Oh,
Deep Rock Galactic, thank you for your good work.
Please.
Drop
I
pod
have a
will
whole
leave
pearl
with
in
or
my
without
hand. I
you.
can't help you with death right now.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Deposit the pearl. I've done it. And then you go on the drop pod and you're good. Wires those
That's one in
dangle.
the books. Retrieving escape
Stop
pod.
doing that. You can slap the dice. It's a game. It's a whole game. So yeah. It's very fun. It's stressful, but it's not too stressful. It gives me side tasks so I can be like, you know, scratch the silly parts of my brain that want to run around underground and dig up shiny rocks, while like Shannon and Nevin are doing all the work. I'm just running around digging up ore. That's what I love about this game. Yeah. Here, you guys do the objective. I'm gonna run around and diggy. And usually it works out, because if I don't, then we end up with very little, like, you know, bonus stuff. And then you go back to the place in the sky.
Yes.
The big space station. Oh god. I'd like it would... Oh, I broke a tree. Oh no. Oh no. That doesn't look healthy or natural. Are you seeing this shit? Become fixed. It's like a floaty prop. It's like a soft prop. So I stepped on it and I like bounced on it and fucked with it a little bit, and I accidentally like turned the middle part of it inside out, and now it's just freaking out. Oh, there we go. I got it to stand back upright again. It's just a little fucked up. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm not fucking with it anymore. I guess that this is like a summer event, so there's water balloons you can throw at people.
I'm doing my part.
During the winter event, it also absolutely gives us snowballs to throw at each other. Trying to hit myself with the water balloon. Okay. Different overclocks. You can get different stuff that gives you like new cosmetics or like different abilities or power-ups for your different guns on your different dwarves. And it's just all about like you get all this stuff to do and you just go do it. Yeah. There's no pressure. There's just things. Oh no! So, like, one press makes it come out and touch it, but if I just spam the button, it just kind of freaks out. Ooh, also, you may or may not have noticed, like, this is my thumbstick aiming, and I also have enabled gyro aiming in this game, so I can move the cursor by rotating the controller in my hands. Here's something that I've noticed about shooter games from my experience playing Splatoon, and I don't necessarily know if this would apply to you as well, but like, gyro aiming kind of fucking rules. I think it's probably the closest thing that like a regular console controller can get to having the same level of like accuracy and precision that mouse and keyboard gets. Yeah. Now, like, I tell Shannon and Nevin that I use gyro aiming in this game, and they think that I'm, like, some practitioner of black magic. They don't like it. They're terrified. Yes. And then like, my response is usually literally just, hey man, sploon game. It's the truth. It's the truest response I can offer. Sploon. Ain't you ever splooned before a day in your life? Yeah. Ooh. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Fun times.
Oh yeah, of course. That's all good.
Slappity slap.
It's all good. Oh yes, of course. Well, it's funny you say that. In Mario Kart, I prefer towards the thumbstick controls, but Shannon prefers towards the gyro steering. But in shooter games, Shannon prefers towards stick controls, and I prefer towards gyro aiming. So it's like, it's interesting how... Well, I found this out more in like Mario Kart 8. In Mario Kart Wii, I used gyro aiming, but in Mario Kart 8, it's just like, what I found is that I would catch myself like drifting to one direction of the track or the other, depending on how I'm holding my controller. I would use the gyro steering a little bit, because in Mario Kart 8 in particular, when you put on gyro aiming, it doesn't turn, or gyro steering, it doesn't turn off stick steering. So I would do a little bit of gyro steering, and then I would use stick steering, and then I would forget about the gyro steering, and then all of a sudden I'm drifting to the left side of the track because I'm holding the controller cockeyed, because I'm not thinking about it. So it's much easier for me to just keep it off and solely focus all of my steering input into what angle I'm holding the thumbstick at. And after a couple hundred hours of practicing the game like that, it kind of like just becomes like a detriment to try and use the gyro. It makes it more difficult than anything else. I need to stop jumping on props for a second because I'm gonna give us both motion sickness. Yes. I do think I know what you're talking about, but I'm trying to. Was it like when they put the little like nubby C-stick in it? What is this? Where's the second stick? Why isn't it working? I mean, for me, it's the same story with Mario Kart 8 across the Wii U and the Switch, and probably also Double Dash, but I can't check. I can tell you that Double Dash was the first game I got on the GameCube, and the game I got with my GameCube. So, like, you know, probably a couple, I don't even know if 100 is fair, it's probably over 1,000 hours. I can look at how many hours I have Mario Kart 8 on the Switch, but same thing. It's probably only about half of the hours that I actually have in Mario Kart 8 if I include the time that I spent playing it on the Wii U. Yeah, on the Switch I have 340 hours on Mario Kart 8. It may be fibbing. What I love about the fucking the Switch hour tracker is it goes this many hours or more. We're not even gonna fucking tell you. We're too embarrassed for you for how much hours you have in this video game. Oops. Yeah, it's always like that, right? Like we have our own things. Like I really really love Pikmin 4. I think it's a great game. I have 50 hours in Pikmin 4. I have 500 hours in Smash Ultimate. Now, to be fair, Smash Ultimate was one of the first Switch games, and Pikmin 4 came out like I think around a year ago. So there's that. Time is a thing that happens, whether you observe it or not. Truly. Truly, truly. And one day it'll arrive and we'll be like, what the fuck, really? Oh. Yeah. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to just, like, chill about it, because it's gonna be okay. But, I mean, whatever. I guess it's not important anymore. I got you. Oh, yeah.
That goes there.
What? Ah, yes, my long-lost hands. I'm gonna need a little bit more context.
Decisions, decisions. This is nice. This is fitting.
Sure. Yes. Hot toys for hot boys. Infinity Thor. Oh no. Ow. That's fine. Many hands. Are you going to give Thor 4 hands now? Just take off his feet and replace them with hands? Nice. Replacement hands. Or you ever get hungry and you eat one of them.
I'm booting up the game. I got it! So unfair! Ugh. Damn, I want my credits back.
That video game will rot your brains.
Ow.
No!
I don't think so. I think it's just like they wanted to put an arcade leaderboard type game in the lobby so that you and your friends could take turns playing Jetty Boot. Fat boy. I've just found a rainbow ball and I'm kicking it around. Me too. I'm considering whether I should play something else or not. I'm glad. Very cool disco ball. To keep it rolling around so that the colors keep going. Do it again? Oh, do it again. I found a place to suspend you and make you rotate. This is where you are destined to be. No, come here.
Oh!
No. Ow. I didn't go anywhere. I try. Oops.
Damn! That's unfortunate.
The palm trees aren't usually here. They, that can, like, the things that aren't usually here is, like, the lanterns and the inflatable trees and the tiki torches and the balls and stuff. Like, it looks pretty generic, when, as generic as a space-based dwarf headquarters can look. But, like, they love putting in tons of different little ornaments and stuff to play with for their seasonal events. So, yeah, for the Christmas event, there'll probably be, like, you know, little Christmas trees and snowballs, and there'll be, like, lights strung up, and it's very nice. There'll probably be a Halloween event, too, I would imagine.
Yeah!
I hear the seagull sound effect, and I think of the end of the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. Oh my god. You know, every update they put in one particular prop that's, like, particularly more glitchy and insane than the rest of them, and I think I've found which one it is with this update. Can you tell what it is? Can you tell? I'm stuck in the floor now. Good god. This whale is... Yeah, this whale is another one too. Jesus. Oh my... Okay. Hold on, give it 11 seconds. You'll see what happens. Truly. My brain at all hours. Football! Is it preseason? I saw they had the Hall of Fame game the other day. Sweet. That's less sweet. What are you thinking of the Sneed Hawks this year? Oh, come on, you're not gonna lose every game. You're not like the like Chicago Bears. Like you. Yeah, exactly though. But when you exist in a sports league that has teams like that, you're never gonna be the worst team in the league. Trying desperately to dance around the fact that your dad's a Jets fan. His only chance is Aaron Rodgers not instantaneously tearing his ACL again. I gotta be, like, as someone who genuinely appreciates and cheers for underdog teams, I was legitimately stoked when I heard that Aaron Rodgers was going to the Jets. I was like, awesome! Let's see some fucking change up in which teams are actually the ones that, like, go the distance. And then he played, like, I think it was literally, like, 3 snaps. And his third play had 2 snaps, and one of them he really didn't want. I've also never seen someone like tear their ACL and have that little an amount of reaction before too. He didn't even look like he was in pain. He just like sat down and went, "Well, fuck. There goes my season."
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, but like that's what happens when you come out in your opening season press conference and go, I think that Super Bowl trophy is looking a little bit lonely. Yeah. I wonder why it's looking lonely, Aaron. I wonder why. They are still the Jets.
Perhaps, or...
Your dad's just a fan of pain, isn't he? New York. Cool. I can get down with that. At least they're like cooler and like I feel like the Florida Gators are based. You know what I mean? Ha 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 ha. That's so cute. Like one might with a baby. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. You just gave me like a big, strong, big time flashback to, being a little boy living in Sparwood, and like they would have one outside of the grocery store there that was like it was like a big Tonka loader truck, but it was like small for baby. There's also, I have to take you there because they have this ginormous Titan truck that's like, formerly the largest truck in the world, just parked in the park there for people to come up and like look at and take pictures next to you. Because the town's main thing, it's a coal mining town. It's up in like the hills. It's like a ski town, but it's also their primary export is coal. So like my uncle recently retired from working in the mine there after contracting and surviving Legionnaire's disease, which is something that you get when you work in the mines. Yeah, my cousin is like pretty much becoming a foreman there. He's worked there for like probably around 20 years, but he worked his way up the ladder and basically he's like a shift supervisor and he took over his dad's old job. He's also told me like any given time if things with the painting business here don't work out, come out there and get a hold of him because he will get me a position driving truck there. And he's literally told me, like, you don't even need to have your full license. If you have an L, you can show up here and we can sign you up to start driving truck. Now, see, the one thing with that is you can't work for them and have weed in your system. So, like, that's really why I haven't, you know, like, that's, I consider that, like, last resort. Could I make, like, much, much more money there? Sure. But I'd have to give up smoking weed, and that's, like, what's been keeping me sane and not, like, you know? Antidepressants, bad. It's not even, like, what I should have been medicated for. I think so. I think we had this conversation and it was, like, very similar between the two of us. I don't know if you went into detail, but I was like, yeah, I tried taking antidepressants, didn't realize it wasn't what I needed, and it just made me, like, way more manic and gave me more energy, which is the exact opposite of what you want when you're suicidal. But, you know, woohoo. Gee, thanks, Doc. I'm gonna go slam my head into the edge of the bathtub 15 times. No, it's funny. It's a good bit. Oh, the misery. Every single bathtub is my enemy.
Ah!
Truly. Showers only for me, please.